Welcome. We are going live. And then I think I can hit these and then flip the camera. No, not flip. Mirror my video. See? Hi, everybody. Welcome. I'm so excited that I learned how to do that technology piece. Welcome, everybody. Hi, we are live on a lot of platforms tonight. We are on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Hello, everybody. Hi. I'm super excited. I figured out. Hi, Heidi. Hello, Ami, Yessie. Welcome, everybody. This is TikTok right here. We have Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube over here. Welcome, everybody. I am so excited to be here with you tonight. Hello, Melissa. Thank you so much. I just saw your comment on one of my videos where you were helping that mom who has a preschooler. Thank you, Melissa. I love that you beat me to it. You can answer a lot of questions for us. Welcome, everybody. It is Monday, and I always try to go live on Monday, and if I can't on Mondays, I certainly do it on Tuesdays, unless something weird is happening in my life. And so, yeah, the kids are out. Oh, thank you, Melissa. The kids are out there cleaning the kitchen. Yay! If you have little kids, one day they will be able to clean the kitchen, and it will be wonderful. We've had a really good day. I was on Zan Tyler's podcast this afternoon. It was incredible. If you don't know who she is, you need to ask me because she is homeschool legend. It was an honor to even be invited on her podcast. We talked about this right here. We talked about my book. It's also behind me. Homeschool Rising, Shattering Myths, Finding Courage, and Opting Out of the School System. Please come in and tell me a little bit about yourselves. Are you homeschooling? Babe, could you turn that fan a smidge? Oh, there we go. Am I feeling it? Oh, finally. Oh my goodness. You guys, if I should post a picture of what it looks like over here. It is hot with all of the lights we have going on here. Welcome. I want to know who you are, how many kids you have. I want to know, are you a current homeschooler and how long you've been homeschooling? And I also want to know if you are not homeschooling yet, but you are homeschool curious. I want you to be here tonight. You are one of the reasons why I go live, because I want to be able to answer any questions or any anxieties you have so that you can make the decision for yourselves and your family. Hi, everybody. I would love to know, let's see. Please ask me your education and homeschooling questions. We also had a really big announcement go out today about Thrive Homeschool Community that I'm happy to talk about later on if you guys want. Scott and I made a pretty big decision over the weekend. It was intense, but we are sticking to it. For better or for worse, we are sticking to it. We think it's the right thing for Thrive Homeschool Community. And please come in and ask your questions about your kiddos, your any fears you have. How's homeschooling going for you? Are you struggling at all? Did you get past the February burnout? This might help you if you are feeling a little bit burnt out with your year. You can definitely grab my book, Homeschool Rising, and I'm sure you will find encouragement. Do we have any questions yet, Scott?
Still getting set up over here.
Oh, you're still getting set up. Okay, that's okay. If we're just on TikTok right now, I think we are on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook over here, and then TikTok is over here. Welcome, everybody. Something really cool today that when I was on a podcast this afternoon is she asked me a lot about the history of compulsory schooling, and that was super fun because not everyone wants to know the history. Anybody in here, did you read my chapter? It's chapter 3 on the history of compulsory schooling in America. Anyway, that was pretty fun, except I was like, Christy, why? Like face palm. Why? Of course, I talked about socialism. And let me tell you, I tell myself, Christy, don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. And the second I get on, what do? I talk about socialism. So anyway, I'm not going to ask them to edit that out because I didn't say anything crazy. I just kind of regret that I said it so much. But you can't talk about the history of compulsory schooling in our country without discussing its socialist roots. And I know that sounds controversial, and I know you're like, what? But the reality is it is the truth, and it is unavoidable. So a bunch of utopians were the ones that thought up of compulsory schooling not thought up, they wanted compulsory schooling in our country, and they traveled to Europe to see examples of where it was done well. Now, can you see the air quotes, done well? I just got balloons on Instagram, I think. Thank you to whoever gave me balloons. And so anyway, yeah. You know, when you're like, I'm probably going to be up in the middle of the night thinking, why did I say that? Why did I say that? And then I just need to get over it because I'm a little bit of a loose cannon. I can't help it. Do we have a question, Scott?
Sarah says, I'm currently reading your book now.
Oh, awesome, Sarah. Are you on the launch team? We are so close, you guys. My publisher emailed me today. We are so close to our goal of Amazon reviews. He emailed me today, and we are at 46 Amazon reviews, and our goal was 50. So I think we're going to get there. I believe it. I believe it. So I'm so glad you're reading my book. I hope you find it encouraging. It is getting a lot of positive feedback, which I'm thankful for because I was so nervous. So nervous. Yes.
Wendy says, I see the socialist ties now. Then I homeschool.
Yes.
You're so right.
Yeah, it's unavoidable. Anyone who tries to say it's not true is either lying or doesn't actually know. So, but what I will say is back then, they did not know how awful socialism is. Back then, it was a new idea that was utopian. So they thought they were perfecting society. They thought they could do that. And public schooling was part of that plan. So we have to give them a pinch of grace because we have the hindsight of knowing what a disaster of a failure that is. So, hello everybody, come on in. I'm so happy that you guys are joining me tonight. I have TikTok right here. How's my sound? Give me a thumbs up.
Sarah's planning on writing a review on Amazon.
You are, Sarah? Are you on the launch team? Sarah.
She's over on Facebook.
Okay, Sarah on Facebook. If you are, I hope you are on the launch team and you're getting a signed book plate. Oh, I hope. Okay. Yeah.
Great. Okay. Just new, starting out homeschooling. Don't really know where to start or what to do.
Okay, if you are considering homeschooling and you don't know where to start, I want you to do two things. I want you to download my 26-page free How to Homeschool guide. Please grab that. It is 26 pages and it is completely free. Do I have it here? Oh, it's way up there. I don't think you can see it behind me. Yeah, it's on the shelf above the Thrive. So, and also I want you to take my free 5-minute homeschool style finder. Anyone on this live tonight who has not taken my 5-minute homeschool style finder, it is free. Go take it right now. It takes you 5 minutes. I just started my live. I want you to come back and tell me what style you came out as. Because if you were to ask me questions about curriculum, that is the first thing I'm going to ask you is, do you know what your homeschooling style is? And the reason why I ask you that is because every homeschool curricula out there on the market falls under one of the 9 homeschooling styles. So by simply knowing your style, you have eliminated so many options in a good way. Because if you really don't know what you're looking for, it is so overwhelming to choose. And so there's two things. There is the 5-minute homeschool style finder, and there is also the 26-page How to Homeschool guide. Did we get on those other platforms by chance?
We're actually having trouble with Instagram.
Trouble with Instagram. Again, they are a struggle.
They are a struggle.
Yeah. What's up with them?
It's too bad because I really like them.
I know. Instagram has been so good to us. I am a little bit frustrated with TikTok right now because they seem to be... Ooh, you guys! I'm a little bit caught up in the Elise Myers stuff. My heart goes out to her. I'm curious if you guys have been following that, but she has no videos on her account now, and she's one of the reasons why I got on this app in the first place. And then, is anyone else like doing deep dives on the Princess Kate stuff? Like, yeah. So I am. And I have all my theories. What are your theories regarding Princess Kate and why she is MIA right now? I have theories, and I think she needs to be left alone. But I'm very curious what you guys are thinking. And the reason why I'm in blue today is because I did a deep dive too late last night on the color seasons in TikTok. Who does the color seasons? I want to know if you do the color seasons on TikTok, because I'm kind of obsessed, and I am a clear winter, I think, which means I should be wearing silver and then these bright jewel tone colors. Anyway, I'm curious if you guys do that too. So come in, ask me any questions you have. One thing I like to ask you guys, which really is helpful, is, and this is totally unrelated to homeschooling, is what are your go-to weeknight dinners? I really always ask this because I make the dinners that you tell me to make. Tonight I made a roasted chicken because I had the time to put it in 2 hours ahead. But I need quick ones, like fast ones. So, and right now I am on a sugar fast. Oh, I'm reading this really great book. It's by, I think it's Wendy Speak. It's the 40-Day Sugar Fast. And it is so good, you guys. Yes. Is Kendra here too? We have Kendra, we have Melissa. Who else is here that I know? Any Thrive members? Oh, nice.
Oh.
Awesome.
Here we go.
Hi, Kendra.
I have a 3-year-old and a 7-year-old, and want to know, how am I supposed to manage both of them at the same time?
Yes. So you have a 3-year-old and a 7-year-old. Well, the 3-year-old, you will be homeschooling preschool, probably, which is very light. I mean, we use that word loosely. Does your kid need preschool? No. But I always did a preschool because I liked to feel like I had a little bit of structure, but I used just very simple, loose, play-based curriculum. You want to be very careful not to be over academic for your preschool. Really, for preschool, it is so easy, very, very quick, lots of hands-on stuff, outside play, which is perfect for your 7-year-old to do as well. If you are homeschooling that 3 and 7-year-old, in my Thrive Homeschool community, I have a step in there on how to manage the mayhem, and we go through strategies of when you have little ones at your knees, how on earth do I get all the homeschooling done? Well, also the thing is, your 7-year-old is not doing that many hours of schooling, right? So hopefully you're schooling about an hour to an hour and a half per day, even for your 7-year-old. So hopefully you can schedule that during nap times, maybe, and I don't know what schedule of sleep your 3-year-old has, but generally speaking, you can fit it in when the 3-year-old is occupied, if they are able to play independently. Some kids are not, and that is totally okay too. I hope that you have support as well, where you can slip in a lesson. Maybe your husband or partner can grab the younger one so you can slip in a little lesson with the older one. But honestly, it's about just sneaking in those pockets, and then sure enough, it gets done. So I homeschooled, let's see, when I started homeschooling my own kids, I homeschooled other people's kids before my own. But when I started homeschooling my own kids, I had a 5-year-old. Well, I started homeschooling in preschool, but I'm saying like for 5. I had a 5-year-old, 2-year-old twins, and a 7-month-old. So we did it. We just figured it out between naps and squeezing things in and all of the things. It miraculously worked. So, and you know what else about homeschooling those littles is you have to mentally be extremely flexible with when school's going to happen, because your schedule constantly changes, right? We just had a time change. So I'm sure you're totally out of whack. So give yourself grace, get into a new rhythm. A new rhythm will probably only last 2 months or something, and then you got to do another new rhythm. But I want you to realize that is typical, that is to be expected, and that's how it is for all of us. And I think that level of acceptance releases the pressure off yourself of this isn't working, and don't think that all the other moms out there somehow have it more together than you, because we don't. And we are all just kind of hot messes doing what we think is best for our families and choosing something better for our kids than what our government has to offer them. So I hope that you find encouragement with that. Yeah, next question.
How does homeschooling work if I'm trying to get my kid into college?
Okay, so homeschooling high school, I argue, the high school years are the most important years to be homeschooling for a lot of reasons. But it is no different than getting a traditional schooled child, whether public or private, into college. I give the same advice that I gave my clients back when we had our center, and that is you work backwards. So hopefully by the time your kid is in 9th grade or so, you have an idea if they're leaning more towards liberal arts or leaning more towards the sciences, and what ignites their fire, what you think they're going to go into. And then you start looking at, I don't know, and it could be a big list at this point. It could be 10 colleges where, okay, these would be good options for us, right? Then you look at their requirements, their coursework requirements for freshman students coming in. What do they want on the high school transcript? And then that is what you build into the high school transcript. Now, regarding SAT and ACT, homeschoolers outscore conventionally schooled kids, both public and private, and not by a little bit on the SAT and ACT, by a mile. So have no fear about that. Homeschooled kids still take the SAT and ACT if it is required at that particular school. So it really doesn't look any different. And I want to point you to hslda.org. because they have lots of templates for high school transcripts that I think you will find encouraging. In Thrive Homeschool Community, we also have a dedicated time for homeschooling teens. So I would love to have you in there. We've also had Jean Burke be a workshop speaker. She is coming back. She is all about getting kids into college and getting scholarships. So we have a workshop already that people have loved and continue to love. Someone just watched it on replay last week, and then we're following up, and I was texting Jean some questions for this mama. So if you want support through these years, I invite you to join Thrive, and we can help you. We have mentors in there who have their kids are grown, and they did homeschool all the way through high school, and their kids are thriving. So hearing from women who have done it, have done the high school, is extremely comforting for us all. So I encourage you to look into Thrive, which Thrive's doors are closing soon. If you have been on the fence regarding joining Thrive Homeschool Community, now is the time to join. We have an incredible sale on it right now, and we're doing that because we are closing enrollment shortly here. So ask your questions now, because very soon here we are closing the doors to new members, and we are closing it, and we are just working with all of our current members, getting them all set up and their curriculum decisions made and the schedules all worked out and making sure everybody's legal. That's how we are spending our spring. So I encourage you to join now. Ask me any questions that you have regarding that. I want to make sure there aren't any things undone that you're not sure about regarding Thrive Homeschool Community. Yes. Let me take a sip of water.
Yeah, Spicy Savage Mama says, I'm a current homeschooler and we have a schedule we follow. We're thinking about a hybrid, and it gives us the capability to travel. So we'll hybrid.
I love it. Oh, that's awesome. I know, it's so fun to formulate a homeschool that it totally fits your lifestyle and what you want for your family. It looks like someone just joined Thrive. I see it I have a chat here. Is this YouTube? Anyway, yeah, welcome. I see that someone just joined Thrive. Yay, I'm glad you got the really good deal. That's awesome. We have an amazing deal right now. It's the best deal we have had since founding members. And we did that partially because we feel a little bad that we need to close the doors for enrollment on April 3rd. And the doors are closing, so April 4th, it will literally, when you click on the website, it will say, sorry, Thrive is closed. Get on a waiting list, and when it reopens, you can join. So if you have been on the fence regarding joining Thrive, 1, doors are closing, and 2, it's the best deal you'll probably ever have, and your price will be locked in. So ask me any questions about that tonight.
Alba here.
Hi, Alba. Where are you?
How to respond to people who say homeschooling is akin to a cult. She's on TikTok.
Okay, yeah, that homeschooling is akin to a cult. I love that one. That's a fun one. Like, homeschoolers aren't taught real science. Homeschooling's okay as long as you don't make your kids read the Bible. I mean, what I've gotten is just, the list goes on. So it's just not true. I go over myths in my book, Homeschool Rising, which is right here. If you guys don't have it, grab it. It is out, hot, fresh off the presses. It was released last week. I go through myths, common myths and misconceptions, and what to say to people in here. And the reality is they're just wrong. They're wrong and they're ignorant. And so homeschooling, of course, has nothing to do with a cult. The largest segment of homeschoolers are secular, actually, that are growing right now, besides working homeschool parents. We are extremely diverse. And if you wanted to hit below the belt, which we don't always need to do, if we want to compare cultish thinking and which method of educating children suppresses critical thought, it certainly wouldn't be homeschooling. I can tell you that much, because how many of you on this live tonight, how many of you have lied on a paper because you were worried about not getting a good grade because your own beliefs were different from your teachers, and you knew that if you wrote an essay that supported your own beliefs that you would get a lower grade? I want to see hearts for anybody who did that, because I had to do that all growing up because I wanted the good grade and I did not want to, and I knew that my teachers were biased. So really, let's talk about which system has the most indoctrination and cult-like tendencies. Public schooling is more about towing the line. It is not about teaching kids how to think. It is telling them what to think and teaching them to regurgitate. So, yes, a little bit of a soapbox. But how did you lie on your papers? Ever? Well, you went to it. I'm asking you, Scott.
Did I?
Did you know? Sorry, you were reading. You went to a Catholic boys' school. Did you ever have to lie on your papers because you were worried about your grade if you disagreed with the teacher?
There was corporal punishment, so I just didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. There was corporal punishment at this Catholic boys' school, you guys. It's so true. Yeah.
Victoria Jones, hi.
Hi, Victoria. Where are you?
New here. What's Thrive?
Okay, yes, awesome. Thrive Homeschool Community is my homeschool community where I help you build a homeschool that your kids will thank you for later. We coach you through everything, how to do it, what curriculum to buy, all of that. So if you go to the page on my website, I go through all of the features that Thrive is, but basically what we have in there is the 8-step homeschool success framework, which walks you through building a homeschool that is undeniably successful and one that you are proud of. Because what is our biggest fear? Our biggest fear is that we're going to mess this up, that we're going to ruin our kids. They're going to grow up to just despise us and despise homeschooling, and they won't be ready for college, and we're closing doors by accident because they're not ready, and we do all this catastrophizing, don't we? Well, it's just not true, but you need to know it's not true, and you need to be equipped to know more information about the landscape of homeschooling so that you can make wiser decisions for your family, and that is what Thrive Homeschool Community is. The 8-step framework walks you through building an undeniably successful homeschool. Also, in Thrive, on April 3rd, we are starting the Failsafe Homeschool Setup. That is where we make sure you are following all of your laws. You're scheduling out your year correctly. You are interviewing your kids, getting as much information as possible so you can build a homeschool that honors them. We're walking through 8 different modules to get our year set up right. That starts April 3rd, and we are closing Thrive Homeschool Community on April 3rd so we can go through the fail-safe setup as a cohort all together, and it doesn't end until July. So if you have been curious about joining Thrive Homeschool Community, now is the time. We have an amazing friends and family sale. It's the best sale we have had since founding members. It is the lowest price you will ever see for Thrive Homeschool Community. And one of the reasons why I want to push people to join now, part of it is shameless, is that I don't want you joining in July and we're scrambling and panicking, building coursework for your kids in a rush, throwing a homeschool together. I would like to spend more time with you. I want to get to know you. I want to get to know your kids, what you guys need, so that I can actually coach you through making the best decisions so that you can start the next year great. Thrive Homeschool Community is not for brand new homeschoolers only. It is also for veteran homeschoolers who feel like it's a little bit dry. They feel like they've lost their momentum. They need a refresh. Thrive Homeschool Community is for you guys as well. So the link is in my bio. And I see that someone joined tonight. Yay, I can't wait to meet you tomorrow. That's so exciting. Yes.
Stephanie over on YouTube says, so far just homeschooling my kindergartner, but how does one earn a scholarship for college if they're homeschooled?
Yeah, just so many scholarship opportunities for kids who are homeschooled. It's beyond. We can apply for the same scholarships that all the other kids apply for, because a lot of those scholarships aren't related necessarily. They are sometimes, but aren't connected to only academics. They're connected to community service and other interests. So all are free game. Scholarships are not just for kids who are enrolled in public school. And there are thousands. Jean Burke, who taught are you here tonight, Jean? Jean Burke, who taught at a fabulous workshop in Thrive Homeschool Community, talked all about getting free college that way through really good test scores and also scholarships. So that's pretty cool.
Yep. Great. Let's see.
Okay, I see that college scholarship one.
Public school is teaching kids to be robots and workhorses.
Oh, I know. Completely. Public school is teaching kids what to think, not how to think. It is treating kids like they are buckets or vending machines to fill information in and then just regurgitate it out. These kids, what did you guys love learning? Those of you who grew up in the public school system, it killed my love of learning. It killed it. All I cared about was the grades, comparing myself to my peers. I didn't fall in love with reading until I was an adult because it was an arduous task for me growing up, and how terribly sad that is. We can reclaim our kids' love for learning. Did you know we are born being curious learners who love to learn? It is squashed along the way by schooling. We are not born this way. We are curious creatures, and we love to learn and grow. So homeschooling provides an incredible opportunity for that. Yes, next question.
Jennifer says, what's your favorite homeschool conference?
My favorite homeschool conference, it's plural. My favorite homeschool conferences are the state conferences. And let me tell you why. Every state in our country has a homeschool nonprofit, we call it, org. It has a homeschool org that usually puts on a conference, but also is the watchdog for legislation in your state regarding parents' rights and homeschooling. I think it is so important to support our state conventions. And a lot of these conventions, that is how they survive. Their major funding is through putting on the convention that they put on every single year. So with homeschooling, each of our 50 states have separate homeschooling laws, and legislation passes through all of the time. So When you are supporting your local state homeschool organization, you are helping them funding, even if it's just a little bit. Like I think mine is $120 a year to enroll in Czech Independent School, which is my umbrella school. But I'm going to give them my money before anybody else because I know they have a legislative arm and there is someone watching the bills that are going in Denver that are protecting our homeschooling rights. Also, those state homeschool conventions get really good speakers. So, and they are nonprofits. So be careful about some of these conventions that are not nonprofits because, anyway, I'm pretty passionate about the state ones. It's not that I won't go speak at other ones, but I actively seek out speaking at the state ones before other ones.
I know, I thought Kansas was going to be your favorite.
Kansas. Yeah. I'm keynoting in Kansas in 2025. I'm in talks with other conventions too. So if you want me to come and speak in your state at your state convention, I would love to. You can let them know about me, send them my TikTok account, and email me that you, or CC me on the message that you reached out to them and you're like, hey, you need to have Christy come and speak at your state conference. I would love that. You can make the introduction.
My homeschool son was just saying that public school made him hate school, and now he loves to learn.
I know. Isn't that great? How old is he?
We will find out.
Okay. Awesome. Did anyone take my 5-minute homeschool style finder and then come back? I'd love to know. And then it's kind of cool. I can actually see some of this chat here. Yay. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Nancy. We have Stephanie Vargas.
Oh, the boys 13.
Awesome. 13? Oh, I love it. And he fell back in love with learning. What a victory. Let's give this lady some hearts. That's awesome. What's his favorite subject in school? Is he watching right now? I'd love to say hi. Does anybody else have their kids watching? I'd love to say hi to your cutie munchkins.
Okay. What do you do? My son is 6 and he's having a hard time reading. Phonics base. What can I do to help him?
Okay, your son is 6 and he's having a hard time reading. The first thing I would suggest is that you make sure whatever curriculum you're using is an Orton Gillingham based curriculum, that is a phonics based curriculum. If you are using a curriculum that is primarily focused on sight words, your child is not actually learning to read. They are learning to memorize pictures. They are not learning to read. So you want an Orton Gillingham based curriculum. And that is the first thing I would tell you to do is if you aren't using one of those, and I would have you change. Then what I do, this is how I advise people, that if after being in that program a while and you're still seeing some red flags with the reading, then I recommend some third-party testing and perhaps some reading intervention. Because look, there are kids who have diagnosed reading disorders and or dyslexia that are in the system, and there are kids that have diagnosed reading disorders and or dyslexia that are homeschooling. It does not speak anything to the quality of your homeschooling or what kind of a job you're doing. Kids struggle sometimes to learn. It does not mean that you need to stop homeschooling. In fact, I would argue that any child who has special needs, that alone is a valid and beautiful reason to consider homeschooling, because I have no doubt in my mind whatsoever that no one can teach your child or care about your child or fight for your child like you will. So when you look at all those IEPs and the back of the IEPs with all those classroom accommodations, guess what? You can do all of them. Your kid needs a quiet environment. You can do it. Your kid needs frequent breaks. Guess what? That's what we do in homeschooling. The only thing or things that you cannot provide yourself are the therapies, right? Unless you are an occupational therapist or a speech therapist yourself. Sometimes kids need therapeutic interventions, but you would get those anyway. So I think that homeschooling children who have special needs, you're able to adapt the curriculum, go at their own pace. I could go on and on and on about how the system that just is this freight train that keeps going is the worst possible environment for a kid who has special needs to learn and fall in love with learning. Yes, another question.
Michelle says, I need this encouragement tonight.
Oh, what's going on, Michelle? Oh, you're so sweet. Yes, I want to encourage you.
Okay, well, thank you. I love you. Says, what are your most restocked homeschool supplies?
Okay, my most restocked homeschool supplies, Ticonderoga pencils, for sure. My most used homeschool supply is the time timer. It's a visual timer. I use that for everything. Dry erase, 3-ring binders. We use like crate printer paper, ink. Oh, brother. We're out of ink again. And we needed to print all the labels. You guys, we needed to print all the labels. Yes, I know. For sending out all the book plates. And our printer ran out of ink. But anyway, the book plates are sitting on my dining room table, ready to go. And we will get the ink tomorrow. And we will get them out as soon as we can. So...
Kayla wants to know, how'd you enjoy your foot of snow? More like 2 feet, Kayla.
Kayla, is that my Kayla?
Yeah.
It was like 2 feet here. How much did you get? The kids built a tunnel. And I loved it. I loved that the world shut down for a day. I wish it could have been 3 days for me. And then all the neighborhood kids were out because they had a snow day. And homeschoolers don't need snow days, but I gave my kids a snow day because the neighborhood kids had a snow day and they were all tunneling through it. How much did you get, Kayla? Yeah.
Chloe Nat says, hello, I'm enjoying your homeschool content. It's giving me the courage to try. Hopefully soon.
Oh my goodness, Chloe, I want you to join Thrive Homeschool Community. If you are newer, I want to get my hands on you, girl, and help you through starting. So Thrive Homeschool Community has a killer sale right now, and the reason why is because we are starting the Fail-Safe Homeschool Setup all together as a cohort on April 3rd. And while we are going through the spring, my DMs are nuts because that is when everyone is trying to make their curriculum decisions, and I love helping everybody. But Scott and I made the decision this weekend, actually, that I can't be onboarding new members while I am working with all the existing members with their curriculum decisions and going through the fail-safe setup. So we are closing enrollment on April 3rd. So if you have been on the fence about joining Thrive, if you are nervous about the next school year, you need to be joining Thrive. The price is the lowest it will ever be, and your price is locked in. And there's no contracts. You can leave at any time, but this deal is the best deal we have ever offered, and our doors are closing. And then we don't know when we're going to reopen. So I want you to start the Fail-Safe Homeschool Setup with us, and then also go through the 8-step homeschool success framework. So
Chloe says, my little one's 4 and autistic. I'm looking
Yes.
into everything in my state of Florida now.
Yes. Oh, good. Yes. Florida is a homeschool-friendly state. That's so great that you're there. That's awesome.
Very cool.
And I hear their conference is amazing.
Oh, you asked earlier if littles were listening. Both her kids are listening along.
Hi,
on Facebook.
Hi, Sarah's kids. Hi, I'm Christy. I hope you're doing well. I want to hear what your favorite part about homeschooling is. Will you tell me?
Layla says, what's your thoughts on curriculum for toddlers?
Curriculum for toddlers, no. No, you can use a light, play-based, loose preschool curriculum just because you want something to do and you don't want to have to invent the wheel or be on Pinterest all night coming up with finger painting activities. Very loose play-based preschool from age 3 to 5, and then starting kindergarten around 5 if your kid is ready. But I did 2 years, for my twins, we did 2 years of kindergarten. I'm so happy with that decision. So we have the opportunity to put our kids where they are and to educate them in a way that meets their needs. And I am so glad we took kindergarten slow and did 2 years of it, because the girls are set up so beautifully now and they're thriving.
Oh, Tiana says, if you can find a way to budget for Thrive, it won't disappoint.
Oh, that's so sweet, Tiana. Yes. And the price is so low right now, too. The page has the deal on it, and we are closing doors very soon to start the fail-safe. So, yeah.
Oh, this is great.
That's very sweet of you, Tiana.
Melissa says, since I brought my daughter with an IEP home, it's been so relaxed.
Awesome. I love that. I love Melissa. She's so sweet.
Thank you, I love you, says, I use the time timer on my husband. And he says he's going to take a 5-minute nap, I think. Rest.
Babe, I never thought of that. Use the time timer on you? I like it.
Layla, that's what we've been doing, and if my 3-year-old shows interest in something, we'll do a deep dive.
Oh, that's beautiful, Layla. That's perfect. That's exactly what you should be doing.
Leah Murphy, high school, I'm so nervous to make the wrong choices.
You will not. I promise you won't. High school is so fun to homeschool. There are templates online to help you the way you homeschool high school and getting your kids ready for after high school, which for some it's college. You just work backwards and you make sure you fulfill all the course requirements and the hours. It's so not hard. It's intimidating because society has told you that you're not qualified, but it is truly not hard at all. It really isn't. And by that age, the kids are so independent and you will be just fine. There are free templates on hslda.org if you want to kind of poke around and look at those.
Trina says, on part 4 of your book now, it's been amazing.
Who is this?
This is Trina.
Trina. Is that my Trina?
It might be.
Oh, you're on part 4? Wait, did you start the deschooling chapter? That's my favorite chapter. Did you start deschooling? Wait.
Yes.
Let me remember. Part 3, part 4. No, you started socialization, which also probably.
Yeah, in socialization.
Oh my goodness. What do you think is socialization? On the podcast today, Zan and I talked so much about that socialization chapter. That was fun.
Chloe wants to know, how would you describe your homeschool style?
I describe my homeschool style as eclectic. I know. I'm not dodging it. I'm not. I truly am eclectic. I'm so Charlotte Mason when it comes to history. I'm classical when it comes to literature. I'm traditional when it comes to grammar and spelling. I'm unschooly when it comes to science. I mean, really, truly, I am all over the place, but I love where I am. I love how we do it.
Oh, Sarah says, my daughter 12 says her favorite thing is getting to spend time with me all the time. And my son, 9, says his favorite thing is math.
Awesome! They're here watching, right? They're the one. Yay! Oh, awesome. That's so sweet that you love spending time with your mama. And math is so fun. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yay! I love it when kids join me. How fun. I've had high schoolers on here. So this is fun. Yay. Don't forget I have so many freebies. I have the free 5-minute homeschool style finder. I have a 26-page how to homeschool guide. I have curriculum recommendations, a list of good ones. It's a very large list, but there are good ones. And a couple other freebies in there. So make sure to grab a freebie.
Oh, thank you. I love you. The beauty that radiates through homeschooling education is powerful.
Yes.
Homeschooling ultimately led me to Christ.
Oh, that's so incredible. Do I know you? Are you in Thrive? Did it really? I would love to hear your full story. Would you email me your story? I would love to hear how that happened. That would be an incredible encouragement on a personal level to me, if you are comfortable. My email is hello@christy-faith.com. So
Ashley says,
that's really cool.
what's your opinion on The Good and the Beautiful?
The Good and the Beautiful is a very popular curriculum. It is considered Charlotte Mason. I think they call themselves that still, and it is open and go. So it's one of the solid ones. It's a very popular for beginners because it just kind of lays everything out. And they also provide a lot of free stuff in the early years, which is a smart marketing move. Yes.
We're getting close to the to tapping out here.
Okay, ask your questions.
Somebody
Was my swallowing just super loud? I did that right into the, I'm like, right into the mic.
Somebody wanted to know about their style, how they find it.
So I have a 5-minute free homeschool style finder, and it's right in my bio. It's totally free, and it literally really only takes 5 minutes. So go take it. It's free.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Ask your last questions because we're going to leave in a couple of minutes here. It is already 8:05. It's getting late.
It's time for chocolate. Oh, no.
I know, no chocolate for us. I'm on a 40-day sugar fast. Have you guys ever done Wendy Speaks 40-day sugar fast? I feel really good. My mind is clear. But St. Patty's Day was hard. It was hard because I'm Irish and I love the things. I love Irish soda bread. And I did not have Irish soda bread. So that was, do I regret that decision? I'm proud of myself for, I feel very strong. I'm proud of myself for my self-control right now. And so that's my takeaway today. I was hurting last night, I will say, as everyone was enjoying their Irish. Does anyone make Irish soda bread? Yeah.
Oh, Sarah's joining Thrive right now.
Oh, is Sarah the one that with the little?
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah, with the 2 kids, yeah.
Awesome. Okay, good. Yes, you're getting such a good deal. Remember, Thrive is closing in a couple of weeks. The sale is right now because I want you all to come in so we can do the fail-safe homeschool setup all together as a cohort. So please, please, if you have been on the fence or curious or you need help figuring out the how do I execute this? How do I make sure I don't mess up my kids? How do I pick curriculum? How do I manage my house? How do women stay sane? Then this is the community for you. So please check it out in my bio. I would love to see you join. When you join, I DM you. With the very next business day, I DM you and we get to know each other and I tell you all the things in there and all that you can find. We have Thrive members, I think. We have Melissa here, Thrive members in the live tonight, and they are so good at answering questions too about what it is. It's not for everybody. It really, I will say, Thrive Homeschool Community is not for everybody. It is truly for people who take homeschooling seriously and have a growth mindset. It's not for the ho-hum homeschooler. No, we intensely pursue an excellent education for our kids. And that is what I want for you, and that's what I want for your kids. So Thrive, it's interesting. Thrive Homeschool Community truly is not for everybody. But if that describes you, if you feel like a hot mess, that you're like a chicken with her head cut off during the day, but you still want the best education possible for your kids and you don't want to mess this up and you need community, you need to feel like you have somewhere where you belong, where you have friends who also share those same values, then Thrive Homeschool Community is for you. And so I invite you to join with a really good sale tonight.
Ashley says, You were a former teacher, right?
Yes.
How many years did you teach? I taught 4 years and now homeschool.
Yes, I taught a lot of years. So I taught in the classroom and also outside because we had a private learning center and consulting firm. When I taught in the classroom, I taught primarily junior high. And then when I taught at our learning center, I taught primarily junior high through high school. With some little ones in between we also did a reading remediation at our center and I did that as well. So I probably shouldn't say that I focused just on junior high and high school because I had everybody.
Somebody says, I'm a hot mess over here, struggling to get my three-year-old to read and do well.
Okay, your 3-year-old might not be ready to read. So I would love to see you in office hours and ask you more questions and a back and forth because your 3-year-old may not be ready. And we have a place in Thrive for littles, for preschool through 2nd grade. And then we have another space for you guys and a time for you guys for elementary ages. And we have another time for teens. We also have nighttime Zooms for parents who work or can't make the other Zooms. And what I love about it is our workshops too. People love the workshops in Thrive. The feedback is amazing, and we do those once a month. And I either teach them or I bring in an amazing expert to come. And all of this is part of your membership.
Oh,
yeah.
She said not 3 years old, third child. He's 8.
Oh, your third child. Oh, your third. Okay, we need to talk. I hope you have been considering Thrive, because I want to talk about your 8-year-old who's struggling to read. I need more information than what I can do on a live. So, yeah.
Stephanie Vargas wants to know, what curriculums do you use?
I use so many, and I have 4 kids, and I do different ones for all. I really do. So, and I have tried some and tossed them. Then I have one that works amazing for one kid. It's a total disaster for the other. The other thing is I have found a curriculum that I like, say for literature, and then I started to not like it anymore, because what curriculum companies do is they hire different writers for different age groups. And I loved, for this particular curriculum, I loved the elementary writer, and then I did not like the junior high writer. I know. So we use a lot, and it changes every year.
It's in your link tree too.
Yeah, there is. In my link tree, I have a download of curriculum recommendations. So grab that, because those are kind of the most well-respected curricula options that we have available to us. So grab that download. Also, take the 5-minute homeschool style finder and grab my 26-page how to homeschool guide.
The lady with the 8-year-old had trouble reading. How do I set up talking with you?
Yeah, so you can book a consultation on my website, or you can access me through Thrive Homeschool Community. That is a lot less expensive, but that's going to be more through DMs and showing up at office hours. So I have an affordable option for you as well. Or we can go ahead and do a consultation. Whatever works for you. But it might be time. Okay, you guys, we're going. We are going. So great to see you. It was fun to hang out. We will see you again soon. Okay? Bye, everybody.